Was asked to say a few words about transformational employee engagement, and I had hoped very much to be with you in person. But Engage for Success relies on you, the gurus, with your energy and your experience to share. It also relies clearly on practitioners who are doing this in-house, so to speak. But we also need our CEO sponsors, because they're the ones who typically enable us to have volunteers seconded to the organisation and funding so we can pay for our executive director. Congratulations, Kathy. There is a gathering of CEOs at BIS today where we have a chance to share our thinking under the umbrella of values, where we can spread our message and garner further support from this quite difficult to reach group. So that's where I'm today, I hope with your support. So I guess all of us are interested in excellence in employee engagement, for want of a working title, transformational employee engagement. Indeed, we had an excellent discussion on this at a previous Guru meeting, and I think where we got to was this thought that many people in organisations, and many of the organisations you've helped, can relate to the thought that they've got a whole load of branches, or they've got a whole load of stores across the country, a number of factories, and when you go into a particular store, factory or office, you know, the shoulders are back, there's an energy in the place, people are really committed and involved and energetic, and they want to know more about how's that happened, because the thought is, if that kind of atmosphere was the average as opposed to the exception, then quotes, you know, all of our problems are solved. And so most people we talk to can relate to wanting these wonderful workplaces to be much more typical. So with the backing of a consortium, what Nita and I have done is visited a lot of great workplaces. We found them through best companies, through great companies, through personal recommendations and so on, and we've basically gone to the front line. And we sit down in groups and sometimes individually, and we've typically said, so we understand that Monday morning is not a trauma for you all, and we further understand that where you work is productive. Nita and I then check that we've got that right, and assuming we have, which in 99% of cases we had, then we go on and say, well, so how are you treated? Does it occur that Monday morning is just the next part of the day? You're even quite enthusiastic about what you do, and indeed the place seems to work. And what we're doing at the moment is we're going through the feedback from all these conversations, some that we're still having, so that we can find some themes through what's been said. And we're deliberately not targeting the Googles, the Netflix and so on. We're targeting much more usual workplaces, in the sense that what they do is usual, but not usual in the sense of those are places where you might want to work. Indeed, if I'm reincarnated, I know where I want to work now because of the places we've been to. So there's a whole set of pressures that we all know about, but that have been, I think, are increasingly need to be drawn together, that are encouraging us to make a positive choice to be one of these workplaces. And I'd like to hand over to Nita to talk a bit about the context in which this is happening, because the more we visit these places, the more we want to see this in a context.